All right, everybody, you already know who it is. It is your girl, Latuska. But guess who I have with me? Miss Beth Noisette. She's an actress. She's a model. She's an Army vet. She's a small business owner. She's a casting director. She's a production assistant manager. She's a wardrobe consultant. She made her debut in 2020. She's appeared on Love and Hip Hop Miami, Dave Makes Man and Life Reward, a movie. Steve Harveys, hey Steve. She's been featured on A&E, and you can find her. I put her IG on the screen at Kiani Kennedy. Go on and jot it down. Follow her. She's a cool cat, and I'm about to bring her in.
Okay.
Hello, Beth.
Hi.
I'm so happy and grateful that you showed up with us today. And I already gave you all of these introductions. The list could have gone on and on and on. I know.
I
But
appreciate
you gave me a small bio, and I appreciate all that. Sometimes I get bios like, okay, now what do where, oh Lord. So I'm glad that you broke it down for me.
You're welcome.
Because you remember you said, I said small. I said small now, break it. It's that thing.
Small, but I'm small. But it seemed like you were saying.
No, because you got to hold up. I know you done it. Oh, but hold on, just give me the gist of it. Tell us a little bit about you, Beth. A little bit about the little girl Beth, her dreams, and then the transition of Beth now.
Little girl Beth, my dreams. Let's see. I did want to be a model. I would say I tried it for a little bit, but didn't know I would end up here doing a runway years later.
Yay.
So just used to entertain my mom. I would just dance on the coffee table. I don't know why she let me do that. Dancing and singing for her. I sung for my sister while she was in labor, just trying to entertain people's faces. So I guess it kind of stemmed from all of that growing up.
Okay, well now singing is healing. When you use your voice.
But I can't sing. But it was my.
Let me tell you something. I want you to understand. In God, all things are good. And your key is the key that people need to hear. It will heal. I don't know if you ever studied Egyptian tones or anything like that. But anyway, back in the day, the Egyptians would sing these tones, E's and G's, and just all off the map. And it creates a healing process. Like dolphins, you know how the dolphins make sounds in the water? You get close to a dolphin, whatever is discording you, the dolphin will align you and heal you because of its sounds. Don't never take your sound. It's like your voice. God gave you that voice for a reason. Just the things that you speak and the tone that you're speaking in is healing.
Okay.
That's why people can feel you when you're doing your acting. Oh, I felt what she was saying because they're relating to you. Yeah. So how did we get into acting, or did it just stem from modeling?
It kind of just with little nuggets all over the place that I didn't realize. My daughter, when she was in 5th grade, and that was this casting that she heard about, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? So I remember being exposed to the setting of going, standing in line, waiting for me, and she's standing in front of these people doing what she do. So that was the first little piece. My baby girl, she was maybe 18. She's 21 now, and she modeling and wanted to be into film. So she met this woman, Miss Carolyn Timmons. So I meet this lady. I need to talk to her or whatever. So we went to her house, and you know, she was positive. It was inviting, so I entrusted my daughter to her. But while I was sitting there, she was like, right. So if something comes up, you know, I want you to come so and so and so. So I'm like, okay. A little bit later, she called me up and she was like, "Are you available to go to Miami?" I'm like, "Yeah." They have Love and Hip Hop Miami. They have this casting. They need some background actor, but I'll do it. So I went down to Miami, and at first it was a scene with Bobby Lights and Sukiana, and it was pretty cool to sit there and watch the camera versus sitting back watching it at home on TV. Then the next day, it was a scene to be like JoJo's birthday. Another scene, it was Trick Daddy and Trina. So I was real quick, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty interesting. You know, being here, like, okay, basically, how did you like that? I'm like, it was cool. So she started sending me other stuff, and you know, get some headshots together. And I was doing everything she suggested, and from there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, so it started with taking your child to casting.
Yeah.
The mom
Both
jumping in and didn't even
are no
realize it.
longer interested in it.
Because the key was to get you there. That's what God wanted you. And so to get you there, where she'll do anything for her children. So we're gonna work through the children. There we go. So that's what it was. You have to just look at that thing. Oh, okay. Now you don't even want to do it.
Yeah.
But look who all in it. Because that was in your spirit in the first place. You know how we forget the things that we forget growing up are the things that we have spoken from the truest part of our heart. Because you know, our hearts are very pure the younger we are. You know, we get taught things and learn how to, you know, learn that discord. And so our heart doesn't become pure. We have those motives sometimes. But those words that you spoke when you were a child with pure heart, God heard them. Baby, it is yours. You just have to, I will tell you this, you just have to remember. And sometimes he has to put you in positions for you to begin to remember who you were so that you know who you are.
And have like thought back to, you know, that's not what I was doing back
then. And if you listen to a lot of like stars and you know, you hear their background, they'll tell you what they were doing as a child. And just like you, I don't know why my mom let me do that. Mm-hmm. Because she saw the light in you. She saw the light. And so she didn't want to cut your light off. She didn't want to dim your light. So she said, do your thing, baby. Even though it made me my nerve, do it. Look, and I'm a grandmama. I'm gonna tell you, I used to let my grandchildren play on my deep freeze. I used to tell them it was a stage. Get up there and everybody perform. Everybody get there and do something. I don't know if you're gonna sing, dance, or whatever you're gonna do. But I would always put them on the stage, make them be up above everybody else. So everybody kind of, you know.
Okay. I like
Because
that.
we're supposed to be stars. So you don't be ashamed of who you are and how you do what you do. Everybody dance differently, everybody sound differently singing, everyone speaks differently, everybody thinks differently, we move differently. And it's like you hear people saying about manifestation. There's a lot of people do it, but only you can do it like you.
Right.
And you allow a child to be comfortable enough to be themselves. Because you know, we'll shut them down in a minute. Sit down, be quiet. You get on my nerve.
Yes.
You ain't got to be out acting like that. But they ain't really acting, they showing you who they are. You
Right.
know, I can be
back and
anything.
laugh.
Yeah. Because they're so bold and so confident. You know, they're so bold and so confident. And you be like, oh my God, I would not be standing in the room doing that right now. But they will do it. Okay, your first movie.
Movie. I would say What the Hell is an independent film. And that's one Miss Carolyn sent me that day. Like, the audition is this day. Do you have something to do today at 3:00? No, what's going on? So she was like, well, go try it for this. And so I went in. It's my first time. Okay. I went in and it was a couple of people sitting around, so they had me read art. And so after I finished reading, the director came up next to me. I want you to say this to me, and I want you to say it like you mean it. Okay. So he was like, if you touch my son, I'm gonna fuck you up. Okay. So I said it to him like I meant it, and he was shorter than me, and he was like, and I got an email saying they were interested and they wanted me to have the part, but as this other girl's mom, that lead character. So a supporting.
Wow. Just for one line, instantaneous line at that. Spur of the moment, one line, you just startled the man and you got it, baby.
Yes. I think maybe he wrote that in. I'm thankful for that.
Look, you scared him so bad, girl. You got it. It's for you.
We gonna get you this role.
This is your line right here. You go rock this. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, how was it doing? I've never heard of David Makes Man in Life Award.
David Makes Man. That one was OWN Network, I believe. Okay. And it's about actual series. I think they up to maybe season 3. This was on. It was in Orlando, Universal Studios. Studios. It was in Orlando. They had all these warehouses with numbers, these like pre-made setups of like a hospital or whatever in this building. And so I was supposed to be a visitor in a hospital. So all back and forth past this door when it opened. Like, okay, I'll do this. And I got credit for being in that film. So that was a good thing. And I got exposed to an industry. Bigger, bigger cameras, bigger everything, a bigger studio. And each time I go to these different things, I always network with people and meet where they come from. I met Arthur, the radio show host, and other actors you wouldn't have met if you wouldn't have went.
Look, hopefully you'd have went and been happy while you were there and just introduce yourself to everybody. Oh my God, hey. And everybody's
friend. And everybody don't really know anybody, so you just start, talking.
Networking.
Yeah.
Okay. How about, let's talk about Steve. I always wanted to be on Steve Harveys
show. Steve Harvey. This was during, and I was on Backstage. It's one of the where you could go on and you can apply for different acting jobs or crew jobs or whatever. So on Backstage, I don't think they told you the name of it, but it was something about a show and you wanted to, that you thought that, I can't remember how they but when I talked to the guy, I got an email, said they were interested, and I was going to talk about me and my job and me not being there anymore during COVID because it was whatever. So then he wanted to try, maybe let's do something a little not so serious, whatever. So he was like, well, I had a boyfriend at the time. What's the cause of whatever? And I'm like, well, he want to see my real hair, and I'm not letting him see anything of whatever, no. So he was like, okay, so we're gonna make that a show. Steve know, that he don't want him to see your natural hair because Steve has a wife and he has daughters. So they kind of prepped me for it. We went through it in the background, and then he was like, we got a friend, your boyfriend at the time, to sit together and both of y'all gonna talk to Steve. Was it actually physically in the studio? We did it from home, but they had Steve. We could see him right here, like I'm talking to you, and he was just talking to us back and forth, and they were on his show.
Okay. Wow. That is awesome. Let me ask you this. If you had to give anyone some advice, whether it be modeling or how to, get into productions or I don't know, what would your advice be? Now you can go from, you're many women, so come on.
You gotta be aggressive and proactive with it. It's not just you lucky, then hey, kudos, but you got to go for it and go get it. You just can't wait to advertise you or to share your stuff or waiting for, I'm sorry, family or friend, do it for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Amen. And that now we just talked about this. I don't know why we just feel like that about one another. I'm a person that believes in supporting others. I believe in giving that thing that you want,
Mm-hmm.
and it may not be the people that I support that support me, but I put out enough support for God to bring in people to support me, because, if I just paid it, girl, I may be on the phone all day if I was just clicking and popping and sharing. You know what I'm saying? So I have to, I have to monitor the time that I'm on my phone. I have to monitor the time that I'm just on the internet, period. Because, that's a lot going on the internet. So, and you'll get caught up real quick. I didn't see this. Oh, I didn't see. Oh, well, let me go get an Instagram. You be messed up. Be on them 2-3 hours sometimes. So I caught myself. Yeah, caught myself because I was making my posts and then I'd be trying to interact and somebody send me a message, get caught up in it. Oh, I rebuke.
Try to pop in and pop out.
That's it. And so I had to learn that, like this is taking too freaking long to do anything and everybody's talking to me all at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is I put a limit on my Instagram. I can only be on Instagram 15 minutes.
Okay.
15 minutes. So I get up early and I do my Facebook post, 15 minutes, bam. Night, I check everything, 30 minutes, done. I don't even sleep with my phone in my room. I refuse.
Okay.
Just
I'd be too
refuse.
worried about family.
Let me tell you something. They're going to take care of themselves. That's
I
the
hear
key to
you, but
life. You know
my
what I
mind
want you to
ain't
understand.
working right.
And I'm not, I just want you to really feel what I'm feeling. I want you to get in the flow because that's the name of the show, the flow. Whether you're here or not, life is going to go on. You can't save everybody, but you can save yourself from the situations that people put themselves in. You in your area, minding your business. You ain't had to do that. But they want you to be saving. You know what I'm saying? No, I save myself from all. I save myself from that. I love you, but I'm gonna have to love you from over here. And you're gonna have to learn whatever it is you need to learn from over there. But I can't save you every time. Because what if I'm not here tomorrow? If you ain't thought about tomorrow, I may not be here. I won't always be able to save you. So that'll give you a sense of responsibility to do things in some kind of order. That's because I love myself and I have boundaries, and I'm not going to give you opportunity to pick up the phone and touch on me like that anytime you want to. No, I have a life. But we talked about that too, some boundaries. You can't touch on me all times of night and talk about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me. And I really don't want to know a lot of things. Keep me in the dark. Keep me in the dark. Who went to jail? What? I don't want to be. I be like my mom and them. I won't be like my mom and them on the phone. Child, such went to jail. What?
I really ain't trying to hear all that.
Look, child, they got into an argument and all that. I won't do none of that. I don't care what they did. They did it. Okay. I was here.
Let me say this. Station need to last an hour to 2 hours.
It needs to last an hour.
How much really do we got to talk about? I need you to give me the bullet points. Everyone, give me about 15, 20 minutes. We don't need to be on the phone for no hour to 2 hours. That's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Just put it on me and let me go on and boom, boom, boom. And you know something else I don't like? Somebody that would prefer to text me than call me. Like, why is it taking you so long to text 10 words when you could have just called me and said those same 10 words? Because I was gonna keep it simple. When I picked up the phone and you said those 10 words, I was gonna keep it very sweet. Hang up.
I'm gonna text you back because if I call you, then they have me phone hostage. I just sent the text.
And then I think, the world is a little secretive too. Like I think people think texting is more discreet. And at the same time, I'm saying to myself, I'm not really talking about anything that I should be able, I would have to hide. If I was talking about business, trust me, you wouldn't even be in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even touch my phone. You know what I'm saying? I'll call you back momentarily. You wouldn't even been in the room. But then I guess that's when you get that mindset of, what's important, what's not important. What is this the best time for this and this the best time for that?
Right.
And how to organize your time because it's your life.
Which I do. I have to set aside a little time to talk to me for an hour.
Mm-hmm. So we all have those. You don't want to sit on the phone. Like, absolutely.
Like, okay, now I got time to call her back.
Yeah. Look, one time to the next thing to the next thing to the next. And then you could easily say, look, you could be on the phone saying, yeah, well, I got to go. Well, let me tell you this.
Yes. That's why I said phone hostage. I decided ain't nobody heard nothing I said. They still talk.
Yes. Like, oh, I don't want to do it. I love you, but I don't want to do it. Beth, I appreciate you. You said you told us to be aggressive, go after what we want, be inspired by, I guess I'm gonna say this part, be inspired about that person that you used to dream you were. Be inspired by that little person, whether it be girl or boy. Be inspired and remember the things that you did while you were young, because those are probably the things that God is pulling up out of you now. That is where your inheritance is. That is where your joy is. That is where your peace is. That is where your laughter and all of those things exist. They existed in you when you were small. You forgot them growing up. Oh, but it's coming back. And it feels good.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Queen. You have a blessed day, and I appreciate you taking our time to share your story and to give us some inspiration.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Queen.
Give us 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.